Hello everybody, welcome to That Halloween Life. I'm Eddie. In today's video, I have another little mini haul to share with you guys. I have my first purchase from HomeGoods for 2026 and my first purchase from HomeSense for 2026. We are in the second week of July. I am on the East Coast, so we are behind everyone pretty much on the West Coast. And you have not seen Halloween in your local HomeGoods, TJMaxx, Marshalls, HomeSenses, more than likely they're struggling with their 4th of July clearance or their summer stuff and haven't quite made the room for their Halloween decor. I get a little bit of the tea, a little bit of the gossip from store to store, which is always kind of nice and entertaining. But when it comes to talking to employees from TJMaxx, HomeSense, HomeGoods, Marshalls, they all give me kind of similar stories. Basically, it depends on who is in charge of pushing items out and how much stock they have gotten in. They don't always have the space to push out Halloween where other stores have the space to push it out. Some have a lot of clearance to go through, and it's a lot of work to rearrange the whole store to push out a little bit of decor. So some of these managers, they wait until they get an abundance of it. That way they can do it kind of in one big push and get things out. Some stores are different. They like to put it out as they get it. So this is why some stores have a little bit of end caps done. The checkout aisles are done. So for example, in my area, I have 2 local HomeGoods in opposite directions. So I usually pick and choose which one I want to go depending on what direction I want to go in. One is pushing Halloween, they're clearing shelves, they're getting end caps, the checkout line is starting to fill up a little bit. Nothing massive, but it's noticeable and they're working hard on it. And then the other one is like, no, we still have too much 4th of July. We have it, but we don't know exactly what we have. Some of it's still in the trucks. We haven't unloaded them. So I have one that's pushing it out and one that has a lot of summer stuff they have to go through, and it's going to be a lot of work to rearrange and condition those aisles. So be patient. If you are on the West Coast or the East Coast, more than likely it just depends on their inventory, how much they got, and whether or not they have space for it. As a longtime collector, it's like clockwork for me that I'm in and out of these stores. I want to just like show a little bit of the footage from what I've seen. All this is going to be from HomeGoods, HomeSense, maybe Marshalls. I might have a little bit from Marshalls in there, TJMaxx. I've also been in Burlington. They have a little bit of Halloween trickling in as well. I got to speak to one of the district managers, and she was really nice. She's a Halloween fanatic, and she gave me some gossip as well. So that was really fun to talk to her in the aisle. I'm a talker, but sometimes when I talk, I get different accents. It's just a personality change. I don't know what it is. All right, so one thing I want to share with you guys is when it comes to decorating, I'm always thinking about how I want to decorate when I see something I like in store. I do see people who do these Halloween haul videos who just grab random stuff. I think some people are just genuinely like a little overwhelmed, excited, don't know what direction they want to go to, so they pull a lot of random stuff. But one thing that I like to do is when I'm Halloween hunting is I like to figure out what I want to do with the decor I'm looking at in store. A lot of these items, I already in my head know what I want to do with them, and they're going to fit kind of my theme in the direction that I'm going with. But one thing I want to share with you guys, this is like my first Dollar Tree purchase. I almost wanted to say Dollar General, but it was Dollar Tree. I've been in so many. They haven't really put out Halloween. They got a little bit of fall, the flowers in, but they got these mini candle holders, they're called, on the bottom. But I absolutely love to stack my decor. I have a lot of ceramics that need layering, and my bookshelves and all that. It just doesn't look good when everything is flat and nothing's layered. So these are perfect. These are going to be great to fit in tight places. These are wonderful to stack your candles on, like your character candles. They are, considered candle holders. are prop-ups, or little mini cake stands, as I like to call them. And they had them in black and white. So obviously black will fit with pretty much any of your Halloween themed. Also, they had white, so if you have a lot of ghosties, I have a lot of ghosties myself, white will work as well. And when I'm in the aisles and I'm gossiping and I'm talking to fellow decorators, I love to bring these up because HomeGoods and HomeSense and all these stores, they usually have an abundance of them. Mostly HomeSense and HomeGoods, but I love these. These are mini cake stands. These come in various different colors. I have so many: white, black, orange, red, pink. I use them for every holiday I can. And they used to be like $7.99, $6.99 probably about 5-6 years ago when things were a little bit cheaper. And they've been slowly on the incline of price increases. I think now currently they're $9.99. So I used to get these a lot, but I've slowed down a little bit. This one I got last year. This is an example. I happen to have it handy because this acts as a storage space underneath. And I found this one. It was chipped right there, as you can see, and I got it for $6. I still have the clearance tag on this. I got this over a year ago, and this is great for my ghost. So, and it's great for my snowmen when I do Christmas. I'm not big into Santa Claus, but I love my snowmen, and these work perfect. And they usually have an abundance of white. So these are just so fun to layer your stuff. These ones are made in Portugal, and they're very common in HomeGoods. So next time you are thinking about what you want to do when it comes to decorating and you haven't tackled the layering yet, look at those and see what you can do with those. So I love these. These were under $2 a piece. They were like $1.25 or $1.75. One of those two. I forget now. I had to wait a while in line because there was this sweet lady. She was all by herself, and she had to blow up balloons for a 10-year-old's birthday. So I waited a while, and as I was in line, I was pretending I was lifting weights because I'm so buff. My first HomeGoods purchase, I don't think these are a repeat, but they might be. Everyone's HomeGoods can vary depending on your location and from year to year. HomeGoods, TJMaxx, they all get a lot of repeats. Can't remember if these were out last year as much as hunting as I did, but the way I responded, I felt like I didn't see them last year. But these are a set of 4. This is by Ghoulish. And I got them because they all have little party hats. One has a witch hat, but they have these little party hats on. And I've gotten a lot of stuff from Michael's with the circus theme, the vintage inspired decor, the playfulness of that kind of era of Halloween. And I thought, you know what, these are going to go really well with that stuff and my other vintage stuff that I have. I have a lot of cats, black cats with like the hats on top of their heads. I said, these little ghosts, they can dance around all my other little vintage inspired decor. Each one is holding something different. One is holding a pumpkin, one has a little boo banner, one in the witch hat has a little witch bag purse, and one is holding a little black cat. These are battery operated, so they do light up. They were $12.99, so that made them a little over $3 a piece for these cutesy 4 ghosts that I can either keep together or separate and put them in various places. So I thought these were really, really cute, and I just didn't want to pass them up. I also saw those at HomeSense as well. This one, it was a really exciting find for me. So, because I watch a lot of people first on the West Coast, I always scan the shelves behind them. Whether it's something they're focused on or not, I'm always scanning them like a little computer. And I've seen this little guy in the back of videos, mostly like from Arizona, California, out west somewhere. This little guy, I gasped when I found him on the shelf. No joke, I've been looking for this little guy for 3 years. I religiously live in these stores this time of year, and I never saw him, never found him, or his like little group of friends that I've always seemed to see him with bunched up on the shelves. They had him this year, and I thought I broke something because I gasped. but I loved him in those videos. I don't know if any of you have seen Over the Garden Wall. That's like an animated series. It stars Elijah Wood. And it's like this animated cartoon that's just absolutely adorable. And this reminds me of something that would fit in that like animated series. And I fell in love with him right away online. I've never seen him, and I found him this year. He was a little bit pricier than I hoped he would be. He was $16.99, but I was like, I've been hunting him for 3 years. I've never seen him. So I'm so glad my HomeSense finally got him, and I'm honored that this is my first purchase from HomeSense in 2026. I'm so excited to have him. They had two. One was really in bad shape. Had a hard time during the shipping. This one's not perfect, but it gives him a little bit of character, and I was not passing him up. Flawed or not, he was not staying on that shelf. I was bringing him home, and he's like so dapper. I don't know if he's gonna go out and go to a little party or if he's just dressed up to go work on the farm. Who knows? But he's adorable. I love him so much, and I'm so glad after 3 years of hunting him, I found him. So guilty. I've been back in Michael's. I can't seem to stay out of there this year. The most I've ever hunted in Michael's, I think, in recent years. Ever since they were doing that Haul-O-Ween and the vampire and the Summerween stuff, I've kind of like, I've said this in a past video, I just really hadn't entertained Michael's in recent years. This year they got me, and I've been stacking those coupons like crazy. So I did not want to pass this up. I saw this like in the back of people's videos. This is the Skully ball little game display piece that is like skee ball, you know, that you play at the carnivals or at those huge amusement parks. This is so unique, and this is unique to anything in my collection, and I absolutely think this is so cool. This is, you know, very pricey, $59.99. Do I think it's worth the $60? Absolutely not. This is why I say stack coupon, and I opened it up for you guys. I'm glad I opened it up off camera ahead of time for you guys. Because it does take some assembly. I think this is a really cool piece. Do your coupons, stack them. Do not pay $60 for it. Do your best. I don't know if this is one of those items that is going to make it to clearance, but this is really cool, and I didn't want to take that chance of missing out on it. Also, another really fun piece that I just didn't want to pass up was the Tic Tac Toe board from Michael's. When I first went in there, the Skully ball and this had not been put out. And this was when I went in there for like the third time. And when I spoke with one of the district managers, and she was in there, they called me, they needed help with, you know, someone conditioning the aisles. So she was just getting done straightening this up, and I was like, you did a really good job, because the other day it looked like a tornado went through here. But this is so much fun. This is Tic Tac Toe. Very simple, and it really makes me think about how people entertain themselves. No TVs, no video games, just personal time with your friends, your family, something simple, simplicity. There's not a lot to this. I just think it's really fun. It's got like the kind of the checkered board flag as the backdrop behind it. This was $19.99, so $20. You get 5 pumpkins, 5 cats, and this is just something fun to pass the time, to decorate with. I think this is so cute, and I can't wait to play this and enjoy it and display it. So there we have it. There is my little mini haul for this video. Like I said, if you are currently on the East Coast, maybe the West Coast, or somewhere in between, and you're trying to find anything Halloween, any trace of it, it's going to come out very soon. Most stores probably have a little bit. They're just waiting to condition the store and put it out in like abundance. But good luck, happy hunting, and until next time, happy Halloween.